It's a lot cheaper to read a book than to go get a boob job. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Juice and Jury podcast. We're so happy to have you here with us. My name is Maureen, and I am here with my two beautiful hosts, Christiana and Shaunneka.
Hey.
And so this week, Christiana, what are we kicking off with? What are we talking about this week?
So I wanted to start by talking about this topic that was on a popular radio show that I'm sure we all listened to in Toronto. But what they had mentioned, or they discussed a new poll that just came out that surveyed over 100 people and asked them if they would rather be 30% more smarter or 90% more attractive. So would you rather be 30% more smarter, right?
Attractive, 100%. That is the easiest question. If it was like 90% more smarter and 90% more attractive, then I'd have a question. But 30% smarter and 90% more attractive, 100%. You
Really?
Oh, there's pretty privilege in this world. I would just coast
Pretty
through life on my
privilege.
looks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but like your looks will fade at some point, but you'll still be intelligent and it'll take you far.
But I'll market my looks as long as I can, then I'll sit on that cash. That's what I will do. Market my looks as much as possible, then sit on that cash and be dumb and happy.
So beauty over brains.
In this world, yeah. I think in this world it holds more value, but I don't think inherently it's more valuable. I just think for the purposes of advancing in this world, yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate when you think about it.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, because I was definitely thinking 30% more smarter. I was like, yeah, no, I want to be smarter for sure.
Because you're pretty, you don't know what it feels like to be ugly. So
No, it's not. No, that's not how I felt at all. But I'm like, I feel like intelligence can take you far, especially if you're you're choosing a mate or whatever it is.
Yeah, 30% though. What's 30% gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because like if I was 30% smarter, maybe like people would take me more seriously. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I would just like I'd have that like I don't know. I'd have that one up, or I'd have that like air about me, like, oh my God, she's so smart.
Yeah. But they'd have to want to talk to you first. And
yeah, but they would, because I'm smart and I'd be able to captivate everybody with my,
smart people.
Like I would just come naturally.
No, but the smartest people in the world tend to be really socially awkward. And yeah, and like they're not usually the best like socially. They're usually like really smart and really like really like angry or bitter or like I don't know.
They're awkward. No, they're awkward people.
Yeah, they're awkward, but they're also a lot of them are like they feel they're like nihilistic, like they feel like angry with the world. I don't know why.
Smart
people. That part. I don't know about that part, but
you're generalizing though, correct?
Oh, yeah. Very much so. Generalizing completely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talking about the people the smart people that you know, right?
No, I'm just thinking of like poets and like great people in history, like the top people in history. Most of them have like serious issues outside of their intelligence. So that's where I'm getting that from. But that's what I mean.
Look how they portrayed Sheldon on Big Bang Theory, but apparently he was on the spectrum, right?
Sheldon for sure, 100% on the spectrum. Yeah.
When I think of intelligence, like I think of like philosophers, like Socrates and like Descartes and all of them, like they're like the way they thought, like even up till now, like some of those concepts are really hard to comprehend. But like that type of intelligence,
yeah, I agree.
That's what I think about when I think of intelligence. I don't necessarily think about like Sheldon, for instance. I mean, yeah, he is smart, but
yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Sean, because what is intelligence and how do we look at it? Because there's different kinds of intelligence, right? Like there's the what the ones that you named, like Descartes and Socrates, they were, I don't remember what Descartes' theory was, but Socrates, I know that he and Plato and all of those people, they came up with really abstract concepts for reality and knowing things and the social structures and things like that. And I mean, that's just like very different than, for example, Bill Gates or Elon Musk, who are perceived as smart for being able to create systems that are revolutionary in terms of technology, but they might not necessarily be like wise in terms of their philosophical or theological views, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, when I think of intelligence, I think of like people who are wise.
Yeah.
Like a different school of thought.
Sorry. No, go ahead, Shaunneka.
Oh, that was it.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to come back to Bill Gates at some point because I heard something wild the other day. Basically, Bill Gates, so he's the Microsoft guy, Windows, right?
Yep.
Apparently, that was something that he actually found in India. So there were people working on it in India. He actually bought it from them, and I believe that.
You saw that from the Indian woman talking, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Indian woman. Yeah, I saw the clip
on TikTok because I've been using TikTok a little bit too much the last couple of days, but yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I think like
yeah, I don't know specifically that if that's true. However, I have heard that the Microsoft system, he didn't it's kind of like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is always like given credit for creating Apple, but Steve Wozniak was really the person who actually did most of the heavy lifting, is my understanding. And Steve Jobs' intelligence came from the way he was able to monetize and take things like to the next level, like a business wise, he was really intelligent. And I feel like the same thing can be said about Bill Gates. Is business wise, he's very intelligent. He may not be the best person at computers. In fact, I don't think he is.
But he took the idea and made it something. He made it what it is, right?
So same thing with the Facebook guy, the guy who made Facebook. If you watch the social experiment,
the social
he gets people who are really good at coding and hacking, and he pays them to create things. Like, he's not the best one at it, right? Yeah. So it just goes to show you that intelligence is measured differently. We always think of them as being super highly intelligent, but I don't know if that's the word I'd use, right?
Damn. So now, really going into this, I thought that I was going to say 30% more like, smarter, but now I'm thinking attractive because I feel like maybe being good looking will get you in more doors.
I definitely feel that way. I feel like if you're just pretty, all you have to do is go on TikTok and just put a video of yourself like, and everyone will start following you just because you're good looking. Like, I think there's people on TikTok who have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers just because they're good looking. They have absolutely nothing to offer. They're not interesting. Their content is boring. They have nothing to say, but they're beautiful to look at. I swear, I've come across people like that.
But there's good filters now, so anybody can do that.
True,
no,
but these
I was watching this thing the other day about filters. Okay, so I released a video. I like my tummy is all over the internet, okay? Because I'm doing seated yoga most of the time, right? And sometimes I do get self-conscious about it. But then I came across this thing on Instagram. I forget what her name is, but she does like these comparisons. Like, she'll post a photo and then like the actual photo that she took, and then she'll do like a what do you call
editing?
You can edit videos, you can make your waist smaller, you can bring up your waist, you can remove cellulite, you can make your teeth whiter, like these things. I mean, I guess I knew you could do it, but I didn't know, like, when you see somebody doing it in real time to an actual video, it's wild.
To what degree you're able to manipulate.
And they're so subtle. Like, they're so subtle, but they at the overall picture, it makes such a dramatic difference.
Wow.
Yeah, like a cinch here, a cinch there.
It's harder in video though, because when you're moving around, it has to like move with you. It's a little bit harder, but yeah, absolutely. It's very true.
Yeah. So I mean, what's the verdict? Are we going with smarter or more attractive? I'm going back. I'm going with smarter. Sorry. Don't care.
Yeah. I'm going with smarter.
I'm going with more attractive. It's a hung jury.
True. Okay. So
what does that even mean, hung jury?
Oh, there's undecided.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is you can't have a hung jury. You have to go back.
See why I want the intelligence part.
Intelligence, you can easily just go and read some more, but beauty, there's not much you can do, okay? Unless you have lots of money to
I don't learn by reading.
There's a lot you can do. You see the Kardashians. Have you ever seen that that clip where it shows what they used to look like? They look like totally different people right now.
No, but the Kardashians are not the average person. The average person does not have the money, time, means to do all of that. So I would say, but they can read a book. It's a lot cheaper to read a book than to go get a boob job.
No, people are lazy not reading a book. Yeah, people are lazy. Yeah. But speaking of the Kardashians, Kourtney Kardashian just, a little while ago, but she had her pregnancy announcement. Travis and her have been actually, you could see it documented on the show that they've been trying to have a baby for some time. And she recently did her pregnancy announcement at one of his Blink-182 concerts, which I don't know. Have you seen the clip?
I saw the photo, but I didn't see the clip.
It was all over. But basically, yeah, she was holding up this big sign that said, "Travis, I'm pregnant." It was super cute.
Yeah, I did see a clip.
I mean, I'm sure he knew. I'm sure he knew. They probably just.
I saw, and then he came off stage and he was like, he went and hugged her, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever. I'm like, oh my gosh, he just found out. But I'm like, wait, he just found out? And I was talking to my sister, and she was like, no, he knew. But I'm like, whoa, then he must be a really good actor, because it looked like he was like, whoa, this is amazing. Like,
I think it was just their announcement to like the world that she's pregnant. But I think he already knew. Yeah,
she's showing. She's clearly showing, and then she even said the gender. So like a couple of weeks later, they had a gender reveal. But yeah, she's in her 40s. She's 44. This would be her 4th child, and I believe that it's also Travis's 4th child as well. So
his children are old, though, right? His children are
older than her kids. Yeah, I mean, I think they're in their late teens or maybe early 20s. So I think it's great. But I feel like a lot of women now, maybe the women I know, are okay having children in their 40s. Before it used to be like taboo. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a geriatric pregnancy. That's after 35. It's a geriatric pregnancy. Right? Yeah. That's already a negative stigma.
And now there's that other girl from the show that I was watching. The 90 Day Fiance. Where is she from? Trinidadian or something? Yeah, the Trinidadian girl. Who's marrying Bilal? I forgot the girl's name. Yeah, very beautiful girl.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She's like
Shida or something like that.
Shida, yes.
Yeah.
And she was saying how she wants a baby before she's 40 and stuff like that. And but I think what you're saying is very true, Tiana, that because in my mind, like 40 seems late, but actually now that I'm almost at 40, it doesn't feel late at all.
Not that late.
Yeah. But I think that it's very common now for women and men to be having children after their 40s, like later, way after their 40s. I see that a lot now, actually. It seems to be very common.
Absolutely. And I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, I don't think so either. I think if that's what works and you want to live your life first, do what you got to do.
People are focusing on their career first, and then they're moving into family planning, and that's okay. Yeah. Obviously, you don't want to get stuck at the point where you're like, oh, wait, maybe if they, in the case that they actually want to have kids and then they can't because they waited too long, whatever. Because as women, as we have
biological clocks.
Yeah, our clocks tick, right? So there's that idea. But I think having kids in your 40s is not a terrible thing. I think it's something to be celebrated, and I'm glad that more celebrities are doing it. I mean, Janet Jackson did it not so long ago. Wasn't she like 50? But she also she might have had a surrogate. I'm not sure, but yeah. So
same with Gabrielle Union, J-Lo.
Right.
They had their babies later.
I
think so. I think like J-Lo was in her 40s, no? When she had her twins?
Did they carry them or did they go through a surrogate?
Gabrielle Union had a surrogate. That I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's also another good option for people who can afford it. I know they're not cheap. I think they're like, I heard 15,000. 50,000. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Like I'm pretty sure it's expensive. It's not.
Yeah, like 15,000 seems still kind of not affordable, but like it doesn't seem like that much. Yeah.
50,000. Yeah. Almost like you're paying
You're paying to rent someone's womb. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
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 Wow. But yeah, so I don't know, what do you guys think?
I think it's fine if people whatever age you want to have a child and whatever your lifestyle is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God bless them. Yeah.
Yeah, like looking back, I couldn't imagine me having kids in my 20s. Like for myself, like even my early 30s. But I also feel like I was one of those people who like did everything later in life. Like I was just a tad behind everybody else. Like when, like everyone's doing like having certain experiences.
Yeah.
I feel like I was delayed. Like people started drinking in high school and I wasn't drinking in high school.
You're drinking in high school?
No, I definitely was not.
I'm trying to remember.
I was not.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I also didn't find like a partner to have to have anyone with. So yeah.
So pregnant after 40?
Yeah. Go for it.
Rich. Yep. And then there's also, people want to have kids later on in life because there are some people that think that kids slow you down. Issa Rae, she just made a comment, and I gotta give you a second. I'm gonna pull it up. She made a comment and she said that she's scared to get pregnant. And I think she's actually, she's about 38. She's 38. She says she's scared to get pregnant. She doesn't want to be slowed down for any reason. Which I think those are like strong words. Like, do kids actually slow you down?
Okay, so my first question is, and I hope this is not doesn't.
You know who Issa Rae is?
Yeah, who's Issa Rae?
Have you heard of Insecure? The show Insecure?
Oh my gosh, Maureen, you need to watch that.
Oh, it's a good show. It's such a good show, right? It's a good show.
So good.
I watched it by accident. I was like, whoa,
where?
So good.
I
think it's HBO.
Yeah.
I don't have HBO.
You can find it somewhere, I'm sure.
There's a new season. There's something like a new show coming out called Secure.
Did you hear
that? Yeah,
with Issa Rae.
With Issa Rae.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, I know who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it just clicked in me. I did start watching Insecure because Shaunneka told me to watch it. I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes, but then it wasn't my thing. I'm sorry.
No, it's
you
good.
have to keep going.
Okay.
Don't stop. You have to keep
going.
It
ended pretty good. Like it was good. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
I will
good.
find it hopefully and try to continue watch, but it didn't captivate me in the first 3 episodes, so I was like, I'm gonna move on. But yeah. Okay, yes, I know who she is. Yes, she said kids will slow her down. That's what she was afraid of.
So she basically is not trying to get pregnant anytime soon because she thinks kids slow her down, or kids would slow her down.
Yeah, they definitely would.
You think?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I've been asking so many people this question. Not that I think if I have kids, they're going to slow me down, but yeah, it has crossed.
Well, what do you mean by slow you down, first of all? Because maybe I'm jumping the gun.
Like, you mean like putting your dreams aside or like putting stuff on the back burner? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's like, if you just say you're a model, like obviously for sure your life's going to be on hold. If she's at the top of her career, right? Like, if would getting pregnant at that time be beneficial for her? Would it slow her down? Most likely, you as someone looking, of course, wouldn't it? It would, right? Because she would probably have to sit out at
the thing is
Fashion Week or whatever.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to decide what you want. So maybe for some people, they just want as much wealth as possible or as much career as possible as that they can. To them, that is joy and success and happiness. Like everyone's ultimately, the people who are chasing success are ultimately chasing happiness. So it really comes down to what will make you happy. So for some people, the only thing that's going to make them happy is a Grammy or an Oscar or whatever, you know what I mean? Looking back and having those things to show for what you did. And for some people that'll be enough. They can be in their 70s or 80s in their little mansion in Hollywood with no children or grandchildren, and just happy with their Oscars and Grammys and their Hollywood friends, and that's it. And they'll be happy with that. And some people will say, no, I want to have children. I want to have grandchildren. I want to have someone to share this with, somebody to pass this on to. I want to have someone to spend the holidays with. Like, not that the other people don't have people to spend the holidays with, but they mean like their own children. And that's okay too. It just comes down to what people want out of their life, like what they value and how they want to set up their life, I think.
Yeah, I was talking to my a friend about this, and she was saying that you could have both. Like she was just saying, like for her having having kids, it was kind of like she had no choice. Like how can I explain this? Like she started a business when she had like recently given birth, and she said that it like motivated her to like do all these things, and to push. She's like, so you could have both. She's like, you don't, she's like, maybe sometimes being a mother is what pushes you.
It's true.
I think you definitely can, but I do think something always has to give in at some point, not the whole time, but like when you're young, if you're still going for your career and you have kids, hopefully you have a partner that helps you or supports you or, you know, is on the same track as you. So
that's important too.
Yeah. But if you're not and you're trying to do everything by yourself and have kids, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible. It's just a lot harder. A lot harder.
Yeah. So I think the main thing would be the support that you have around you, whether it's your partner or your family. If you have their support, then I think you can have a child and still be able to reach your goals.
I think so too.
Because there's times that you need to be out, like you may not, like, you know, but but I think having that support is important. Yeah.
I think so too. So maybe Issa Rae doesn't feel like she has the support necessary to be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it, you know, it could be that she's looking for certain roles that require her to look a certain way, right?
But she's not super skinny either. She's very average looking, like in terms of her figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying she's not supermodel-esque in terms of like very, very, very skinny. She's normal to me. She looks like a normal sized person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you froze there, T. Oh, there you go.
I was actually staying still, so I was like, but yeah, no, she's in terms of, but I'm just saying, like, regardless, you know, when she is pregnant, she would probably be showing, right? And it's probably hard to hide that.
There's only like those few weird people on that show. Like I didn't know I was pregnant. That really you don't know they're pregnant, but most people when they're pregnant, you know.
Those are freaky. Like, how do you not know?
Sorry,
like you don't know until the point where you give birth. Like that's crazy to me.
Or you can never tell that someone's pregnant. Sometimes you have no idea. In the winter, people are always wearing like, you know, baggy clothes. You can't tell.
Yeah, but we're not even talking about other people telling you're pregnant. We're saying that these people said that they didn't know that they were pregnant until they delivered their child. And to me, that's insane. I don't know how that's even, apparently it happens. It's very rare, but that's like really strange. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an influencer that I follow. She has, is it IBS? So like she's usually bloated. Yeah, so she's usually like bloated or constipated or
no, it's
whatever.
It's not IBS. It's probably the other one. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
IBD or IBC or yeah. So she didn't know she was pregnant until I think it was like 6 months.
Maybe you do that.
She went in for she went to the ER to get an ultrasound, like just to see if everything was like maybe she had like a blockage or something. And she found out she was pregnant.
Wow.
And then delivered 3 months later. Isn't that crazy?
Well, was she happy about it?
Yeah.
Was she trying to get pregnant? Was she thinking that she wanted to be pregnant? Like, or
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's crazy. Congrats to her. And I hope her IBS clears up.
And she's a fitness influencer. Like,
okay, so what do you guys think? Do kids slow you down? We need to call in the jury. What's the verdict? Do kids slow you down?
Well, I don't have kids.
What's your idea? No.
I don't know.
Do you think they would slow you down?
I feel like at this point in my life, no, because I know what I want. I know, like, I'm mentally strong. I know where I am. I could handle it. I have good support.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't think that it would. It might set me back a little bit, like in terms of like taking the time off and whatever. But I don't think like in terms of like life dreams and aspirations that it would hold me back.
Good answer. Yeah, I agree with Shaunneka. I think that it might, like she said, set you back temporarily, but I think in the long run, not necessarily, especially if you have a good support system.
Yep. If you have the support, you're okay. So kids don't slow you down.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to tell you guys that I've actually been doing a detox.
Really?
Okay.
No, but not like a nutritional detox. I'm detoxing from the news. I watch way too much news. I have it on in the morning. I like to have it on in the background just because. But I realize it's just so negative. It's just so negative. And I realized this when that whole submarine thing was happening with the group of people that went down to
look at the Titanic.
Look at the Titanic. And I was like glued to the TV. I'm like, this is crazy. And then they started doing that oxygen countdown. There's 40 hours left of oxygen. That was so, honestly, that was just really toxic. That was terrible.
This is the first time I'm hearing of an oxygen countdown.
Yes, there was an oxygen countdown, and I thought that was so. I'm trying to find the right word. Morbid? Is that it just felt
disgusting.
Really uncomfortable that we were counting down how many hours these people had to live.
Well, especially considering they had already had an indication
that they were not alive at that time.
They were not alive.
Yes.
So why were they doing that? Like they already had an indication that they had died on like the Saturday or something. And yet they still were like, we don't know. They could be alive. Let's keep looking. And have one day left.
They took us on this like wild goose chase, and then we're like, are they gonna find them? Are they not? But then the whole oxygen countdown was just twisted to the next level. I'm like, why would they do that to people? People are already so anxious from COVID, and then you're gonna do this where you're counting down people's oxygen. Mm-hmm. I just felt that was so. It was just sick.
But at the same time, I just have to bring this up. At the same time that the whole world was watching these people and everybody, all these different countries sending in troops to find this submarine with these billionaires, 5 billionaires inside, and went on a suicide mission, which they knew, we're told, was a suicide mission to the Titanic. During that time, 700 people on a boat, a migrant boat, like a migrant boat with 700 people on it, I should say, capsized off the coast of Greece. And I think this was the second one. And the first one happened weeks earlier, if not a month earlier, I don't remember. And hundreds of children died. And it just made me really sad. And I don't remember where I saw this meme. If one of you guys showed it to me or someone showed me the meme, where it was like the whole world was searching for these 5 people. And while that's happening, hundreds of children and migrants are just dying at sea with nobody searching for them or caring. So that was, oof, that hit my heart so badly. And also the really distasteful jokes and memes that were made about the people dying on the submarine. Like, there's no decency at all in humans. Like, it's just
before it was even confirmed that
distasteful.
they were that they had passed. It wasn't even confirmed, but people were putting all this stuff, and it's like, it's just twisted. I'm telling you, it's twisted. The news makes us desensitized to murders. Like, even people that watch true crime, it's like, it's so messed up.
Yeah. I like some true crimes.
I know I watch a few, like I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, but it's
Oh,
really
that one
twisted.
I did not watch that.
And that's like pretty much the only one that I actually I did watch, but it is messed up.
Yeah, I try not to, like, I don't watch the news. I don't watch true crime. I barely watch TV. I only watch like 9-Day Fiance. Like, you know what I mean? I just keep it light. If something's happening in the news, it's because somebody told me. And then they're shocked that I have no idea what's happening. But to be honest, like,
you're at peace and they're not.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's good to not have those things in your spirit. You know what I mean? Like when you're watching those negative things, you see it first thing in the morning. It's like, that's how you start your day.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna bring this up in passing just to make a point, which is when the that Russian leader guy, I don't remember his name. It's a complicated name, starts with a P. What? No, not Putin. No, when the guy who was coming after Putin,
the rebel,
the rebel army guy, when he was coming to basically, come for Putin, they were coming for him, and there was going to be like a coup, and then Putin ran off and went to St. Petersburg, and everyone was afraid because that's where all the nukes are, and it looked for a moment like there might be nuclear warheads being used because Russia has the most nukes of any country in the world. And so there's all this like real tension.
It's not like Japan?
No, it's Russia. And and they the tension was so high. I remember my husband was like glued to the phone, like giving me a play-by-play every like hour, because things would change every hour. So he was like, Maureen, there's like, not like freaking out, but freaking out with me, because this was happening during my kid's piano recital, and I was trying to tell him, like, put the phone away. He's like, you don't understand, we're at the verge of a nuclear war. And I'm like, well, the nuclear war or not, I want to hear my children play piano, please, thank you. But what you're saying is true. Like, the news is also addictive and toxic because it can really get in your like mind and in your spirit. And it's addictive. It's like reality TV for some people. You got to always know what's going on. My husband is like that. He's glued to the news, like morning, evening, night. He's watching the news all the time. He's always in the know. Yeah. I know nothing. He knows everything.
Yeah. I know. I was just going to say that I just feel like there's just so much negativity on the news. I used to watch CP24 with the kids in the morning. Like, I just have it on, and I realized I'm like, all this stuff is negative. Like, I used to enjoy it because I'm like, oh, they're talking about fun things on breakfast television. But then it's like when they really start reporting the news and what's happening in the GTA. Oh, you froze. Maureen, yeah. So when they start reporting what is happening in the GTA, you're like, oh. There's like a stabbing here. I'm like, you know what? No more news. Like, that's it. I mean, because I use social media, I can't really stay that far away from it, but I'm trying.
Because that's what's newsworthy, is the crazy stuff and the bad,
shocking things, the things that are like.
Yeah. There's a saying in journalism, which is, if the dog bites a man, it's not news. But if the man bites the dog, that's news. Right? So it's always like the weird, freak, crazy, bad thing is the things that make the news. It's the things that people want to read, the things that attract attention.
The craziest stuff.
And I'm sure the stuff that's being like portrayed on the news is like 5% of like what's actually happening, like of the good.
They never get it right. Yeah.
Like, there's probably a lot more good happening.
Yeah, that's not newsworthy. Reported. They don't report it. You're right. Yeah. But there used to be, like places where you could find like good news. And I think on Instagram there are a few channels or a few not channels or a few
good
accounts.
news, the good news something, right? Yeah, I follow that. That's great. It is great.
I think we need that because sometimes if we don't, it can feel I definitely feel so overwhelmed by all the bad things. You start to feel hopeless. Like, oh, there's no way any good is going to come. We're all just going to die. We're all just hopeless. Everything's just horrible. Well, we're never going to fix this. What's the point of it? Like, that's how you can start to feel. So, yeah, definitely get some of the good news in there because there's a lot of good stuff happening in the world too. A lot.
Absolutely. Sorry, I just wanted to mention this quick thing. Have you guys, so you guys have seen CB24, right? You know how there's that little like headlines in the corner where they say, man was this and that, or woman was, you know, have you read those things before? It's ridiculous. Like you read them, you're like, wait, what? You read some like outrageous things and like, man was eaten by an alligator and here, like some crazy stuff. So they need to stop.
Those are just headlines, right? They're headlines, the ones you're talking about?
Headlines,
but you see this.
They're so outrageous because they want to shock people because there's just you only have like a few lines to write what you need to say and they really go for it.
But the thing I noticed though with CB24 is when they put those things up, like it could be something that happened in Florida that's so newsworthy that they need to show it. Like, what does it have to do with
because there's not
Toronto?
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're that desperate to fill the box with something that they got to call on Florida or wherever, you know?
Yeah. We need a good news channel. We need more good news. So somebody tell some good news. Let's end it off this this episode with some good news. We need good news. What is it? Share the good news.
What's good news? Summer.
Yes. Our kids graduated from kindergarten. Yay!
Our kids graduated from kindergarten. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And Elon Musk and what's the other guy's name? What's the guy from Facebook? What's his name?
Zuckerberg?
No, it wasn't Zuckerberg. Hold on.
That's the Facebook guy.
Yeah.
Oh, what did she say? What did you say?
Elon Musk was going to fight someone. Yeah,
What?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg, the Facebook guy.
Yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's all a hoax, but it was very entertaining to watch. Elon Musk is very entertaining.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. He said he was going to fight him?
Yeah. They're going to fight each other.
Like in the ring, like a boxing match, like what they do.
Yeah. But Elon Musk, like it's just banter the whole time because he's saying things like, I never work out. I never do anything. Like there's Mark Zuckerberg actually trains. Like I think he trains MMA.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. So it would not have ever been a fair fight. And they're two like billionaires. Why on earth would they get into a cage and fight? Like I knew that was never gonna happen. But it was very entertaining to imagine them actually getting in a ring and fighting. So that was fun.
I think Elon Musk is he just does whatever he wants. He kind of says he's kind of like Trump, where it's like, just watch him. You can't really control him. He doesn't care. He doesn't go by what the standards are. He's not PC.
But he has morality.
Pardon?
He has a sense of morality. Sorry, Sean, what were you saying?
What was I gonna? Oh, I was gonna say that sometimes I think Elon Musk is not of this world. Yeah.
He just says whatever he wants, which I'm not saying is good or bad, but he doesn't like by the books. Like he doesn't do that.
Not like that. I just mean like in the terms of like the things that he comes up with and like the technology and like the way he wants the world to go and like the direction. I mean, like I don't know.
I think like if you mean like that he wants to go to Mars and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's audacious. It's not. Is it impossible? He will say no. For me, I don't know. It's audacious, but I like the audacity. I like people who have that audacity. You know. Yeah, no, I agree. He says whatever he wants, but he has a good sense of morality. He was calling out the AI stuff and saying, "Guys, we need regulation for AI. We're literally gonna die. This is gonna destroy the world." Like, you know.
Wasn't it him that said, listen, if we can end world hunger, I will. Remember, he's saying, I'll put up this amount of money to end world hunger right now. And then what happened? Nothing.
Did he say that?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was him. Look it up. It's on Twitter like years ago. He's like, I will put up money to end world hunger if it's a possibility. And the point he made was that it's actually not possible. Look into it.
I think, yeah, I will look into it, but I think that he would be right that, first of all, apparently world hunger has decreased by like 70% since the
that's amazing.
Yeah, since I want to say since the 60s. I don't know, guys. All of this information could be not exactly accurate, but I do remember hearing that world hunger has decreased, or world poverty has decreased a lot.
I hope it's true.
Okay, I got to tell you guys something before I go. This is a very positive thing.
Okay? Oh, good.
And I want everyone watching this to also hear this.
Okay.
There is a website. It is called The Hunger Site. If you go to that website, there's a button on the website that you click, and every time you click it, the sponsors on that website with all the ads there, they will pay to give like a cup of food to a hungry person or hungry child. Okay, it's completely free. All you have to do is click, and you can click. I think it used to be you could only click once a day, and I think now you can click up to like 5 times a day. So everybody out there, yeah, the hunger site, and then they have all these affiliate sites like the breast cancer site. They used to have the rainforest site, all these different sites where all these sponsors, when you click their button, they donate money to all these causes. So that's a happy thing. The Hunger Site.
The Hunger Site. Okay.
Yeah, thehungersite.com. They've been around for at least 10 years. So yeah, check them out. That's a happy thing.
For sharing. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's been fun, ladies. It was a good episode. So send us a DM, guys, if you want us to talk about anything, or if you have any comments, or if you want to correct us. Actually, no, don't. No, I'm kidding. If you want to correct us, no. Send us a DM or email us at thejuiceandjurypodcast@gmail.com. It's been fun, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a great week. Bye. We might have to pause this one. Hold on a second. I was like, hold on. I'm looking for like a
thinking. She's thinking. I can see like the gears turning.
I'm like, wait, how am I gonna like this?
Looking for the segue.
Yeah, I was thinking about the segue.